Support legends are by far the strongest right now, but how do other legends compare? Here is the ultimate legends tier list for ALGS. So welcome back to the Apex Morning Shift, your #1 ALGS morning show on the planet. That is a fact. All right, so before we get into the tier list, we did have 3 blocks of scrims this week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So here were the results for that. On Wednesday, Team Falcons took the win. On Thursday, Falcons again. And on Friday, Team Burger. And with those 3 scrims adding to the total amount of international scrims that we've had these past few weeks, here is the overall leaderboard. Honestly, I think it's safe to say that Falcons are back. They have been struggling, but 3 experienced players like that, Hal and Zero, multiple world champions, very adaptable, have proven it over the years multiple times. So I'm not surprised that they were able to figure it out alongside Waltzy. Moist Esports second, not surprised at all. Liquid third, which by the way, shout out one of you in the comment section on last video. I did see you guys mentioning that Neazul has been the one that's been IGLing, and it looks like it's working. They figured it out. Shout out to them. Let's go. Cloud9 4th, LG 5th, Alliance 6th, Fnatic 7th, Crazy Raccoon 8th, Furia 9th, and Complexity 10th place. Now, obviously, these are just scrims, and so it's not super representative of how everything's going to go on the big stage end of January in Japan, but it sort of gives us a good idea of how teams are situating themselves against the other teams that will be participating. So shout out the teams that are doing great, the teams that are not doing so great. You guys got this. Let's go. All right, tier list time. Now, the way that we're going to rank these legends is, yes, based off of their abilities and off of their kits, their overall kits, but mostly what they bring to the pro teams and how they can combine with this very support legend meta. In the S tier, we have Newcastle and Gibraltar, 2 legends that are indispensable, that teams cannot live without. If they don't run these 2, it's over. They just can't play the game. It's just not going to work out for them. So broken. I'm not a fan of the fact that teams have to run these 2 legends or else they just are at a severe disadvantage. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Let me know down in the comments if you guys think they should nerf Gibraltar or Newcastle. At the A tier, Catalyst and Pathfinder. These 2 legends are often interchangeable within teams depending on if teams want to run a player beacon or if they want to run a console beacon. If they want to prioritize playing zone, they'll pick up Catalyst, for example, Falcons. And then other teams like Moist, who love to play a more edge play style and pick up fights on the edge, will play somebody like Pathfinder, who will be able to have his perk to a player beacon. Now, as for the B tier, Valkyrie, Watson, Bangalore, Crypto, Caustic, and Rampart. Now, you'll see a team like Lone Sharks who play Valkyrie, who's pretty useful because you get a player beacon, and then playing on Edge forces you to play for those Evo caches that will allow Valk to have that purple Evo upgrade, which is the most important part of her kit because it allows her to Valk ult and see through walls where enemies are, which makes these endgame rotates a lot easier for them. And with Valk, you don't necessarily have to slam a building because thanks to Newcastle, you can literally build a whole wall, and if anything goes wrong, you got a Gibby bubble, Gibby ult, you got a mobile shield, you're just well equipped. So Valk, Newcastle, and Gibraltar, very good. As for the other legends in the B tier, still very good, allows you to have beacon scan. Now, I know Bangalore doesn't have player beacon or console beacon, but her overall kit is so good. The reason why she's not A tier is because no, she doesn't have a beacon, and because in this current meta, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know why I get the feeling Rampart's very good and very slept on. If any pro teams are listening to me right now, just try Rampart. I think she'd be really good. She's got console beacon. She's very strong. Sheila, I think, can do really good stuff against a Newcastle wall. In the C tier, we have Mad Maggie, Lifeline, Horizon, Fuse, Mirage, and Conduit. These legends are very niche. How do you say that word? Thing is, these legends are going to have to be combined with Newcastle and Gibby, and they either don't give a beacon scan or they are very good in certain situations, like Conduit, for example. She's only good when you get contested off drop. After that, she brings pretty much nothing to the team. Same as Mad Maggie. Her drill's very good, being able to push away teams that are in a certain spot, either behind a mobile shield, behind a Gibby bubble. But other than that, she doesn't bring much to the team. No beacon scan. You lose a huge advantage when it comes to competitive. So yes, player beacons and ring consoles are so important to keep in mind when you pick those legends for your comp team. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking, Keanu, Lifeline's in ranked all the time, dude, and she's so good. Fast res, fast heals, just insane. Here's the thing. Lifeline's ult actually blows. Like, it is a partial Gibby bubble. Yes, you get fast heals. Okay, great, wonderful. But like, you set that down, what happens then? You get Gibby ulted, you get naded. It's just not as good as a Gibby bubble. Now, as for the D tier, these legends are not completely useless, but so close to being useless. Seer and Ash. I feel like they can bring something to the team in a way, but you have to play them a certain way, and it's like, eh. And then F tier, they're just legends that you should never see in comp right now in this current meta. If you see any team running these legends, they're either trolling, they either don't belong in Pro League, or they're a team that managed to sneak themselves into the scrims and they just don't belong there, and they just have no business being there. Ballistic, Alter, Bloodhound, Octane, Loba, Vantage, Wraith, and Revenant. Absolute garbanzo, no bueno. If you see your legend that you're running in comp in F, either figure it out, or if you figure it out and it works for you, please let me know down in the comments. Please call me out and please explain to me how you're making it work, because wow. And that's pretty much it for the tier list. Make sure you guys let me know down in the comments what you think. I'm also going to be posting this tier list on Twitter. If you guys want to go there, I'm going to put the link down in my description. Try not to be mean if you guys don't agree with a lot of things. Yeah. But let me know. As for me, that's it for today's episode of your #1 ALGS morning show on the planet. If you guys have not turned on the notifications, make sure you guys do so right now. New episode every Tuesday. Oh, next weekend, by the way, BLGS 4, the last BLGS. So make sure you guys tune in for that. Until then, I'll catch you guys next week. Like and subscribe. Pacers. I don't know if you guys noticed, I was looking down a few times during this episode. It's because I tried scripting on a whiteboard. It went pretty well today. I think recording went pretty well. I kind of like just sitting down on the chair and just like scripting everything instead of on my laptop. But it was kind of weird just looking down the whole time. Do you guys even care? I don't know. Maybe. It's kind of cool. All right. Thought I'd share.